guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I am starting a new series on 7 days of toppers. So toppers for your covers for your junk journals. So we're going to just have lots of fun kind of creating some different toppers that we're just going to have then to be able to grab and pull in and, you know, place onto our covers. So I thought what we'd do is start with some fabric ones. So I know that I have, you know, used this type of stuff before. These are like upholstery sample fabrics, and I think mine came from, yeah, in the main, they came from Laurie when they were closing down over here, and I was really lucky I managed to buy up, you know, a whole bunch. But if you haven't got, you know, upholstery samples, I mean, you can always get your own fabric and just cut it down to size. The reason I quite like these, they're a really great size to do as a kind of cover topper, aren't they? You know, so I thought this would be a really fun one to just come along and have a play with. So I've also got my little, what do you call these, bookmark pieces that I know that I use these in the Using Up Your Stash at Christmas. And I thought these would be quite nice to do some covers with. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of couple them, I think, with these like that. So just having a look to see which ones that I would like to use here. That one maybe, yeah, maybe that one is better, although that was nice on there, wasn't it? Oh, let's just go for that, shall we? Let's be a bit exciting, a bit different, and not go with the kind of predictable stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of get making them, and yeah, I mean, hopefully over the 7 days we're just going to create lots of different ones, you know, incorporating some of our things that we have made in the past, you know, and how you would then kind of incorporate them to make some ready-made toppers. So yeah, these ones obviously, like I say, they're going to be from fabric, and then we're just going to layer up, you know, a whole bunch of kind of pretty things on the fabric. So I've got here some lace, and I've got some of this, it's like a Hessian trim, but it's got like, I don't know, a stitched detail, I guess is what you would call that. So I'm going to incorporate some of these kinds of things, and then, you know, we're just going to like decorate them up with, you know, various bits and pieces that are kind of laying around on the desk. That then we're going to just have them then ready-made, you know, to be able to pop onto our journals. So I'm going to take this lace, and I'm just going to ink it up ready. So again, you know, I mean, this is personal choice. I'm just inking it. I thought it would look good inked up, but, you know, of course, I mean, you don't have to obviously have your lace inked up. So there we go. And like that. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie. Right. So I've inked right the way whole way along that lace, and then, you know, I've got quite a bit to kind of work with. So I'm just going to cut that down like that, and then I'm just going to glue that on. Now I probably will incorporate something else on here as well. And also I'm going to rough this up. I really like the roughed up edges, and it just, for me, it kind of brings this alive rather than looking like, you know, a shop bought piece of cardboard, if that makes sense. You know, it kind of like brings it, well, I guess it just gives it a bit more texture and a bit more interest, really. I mean, these are quite thick. These, I know that I said before, I got these from Amazon, and I got them quite a while ago. But they are quite thick. They're obviously sold as bookmarks. I think you could probably kind of like wet these and like screw them up and things like that if you wanted to get them more textury, you know, still sort of further than this. I think you could do things like that and, you know, create kind of further texture, really. So I'm just going to layer up, you know, some various little bits and pieces on here to give it some interest. So let's just take this like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue my pieces down. Now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. So all I'm doing is gluing them down really just to hold them in place until I get to the sewing machine. So, you know, they then will be, you know, actually stitched on rather than just glued on. So That's that one. Oops. Then we're just going to have some lace here along or across the bottom. Like that. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then this here, again, just going to kind of have that like this. And again, I'm just going to glue that. Now I'm going to glue it, whoops, you know, around the edges. But the chance that, you know, this is also going to be stitched somewhere. I don't know whether I'm going to actually just stitch, you know, per se around the edge, but definitely there will be stitching on here somewhere. So there we go, like that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that for the moment, and that one's ready to go to the sewing machine. So I bring in the next one, and again, just going to rough up my edges. Like that. And to be honest, I might as well try and be efficient and rough up these edges as well at the same time. So there we go. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hopefully you might be getting some crafting done. What are you guys working on? Hope you're, you know, having some fun and doing some nice projects. Are you going to join me with the 7 days of toppers? I love doing things like this because I really love having pieces ready to go. It makes making a journal then so quick and easy if you've just got a whole bunch of stuff ready. You know, it just takes half of the planning and half of the making out of it, because you're just grabbing stuff in, you know, that you've got ready made, which, you know, that's just awesome, isn't it? Because, you know, making a journal from start to finish, I mean, it takes a long time. It's a very long process. So the more things that you've got ready, you know, that you can just pull in, obviously the faster your process is going to be. Love how that looks. So, and again, do we want to maybe have this lace down here at the bottom? I mean, I just think this all adds to the interest, really. You know, the more lace that you have, the more kind of different layers and textures that you have. And, you know, you could mix up the colours. You don't have to, you know, I'm just pulling in what I've got here in my little bag beside my desk that's hung on my, you know, my drawers to the side. I'm just pulling in those things. But I mean, obviously, you know, you could really kind of go to town. You could really mix up your colours of your laces and things like that. You know, you don't have to just stick with lace. You could use other things. Just play around, and then, you know, you're going to get a feel for what you really like using best, you know, what you find works best for you, what style you like, you know. And obviously you don't have to just do the one thing. I mean, you can just then do all different things every single time. You could do something completely different. I suddenly realized I hadn't actually added this on, so I'm just going to add this now. And also, you know, these toppers, they're going to be a great way to use up some of your scraps. So, you know, fabric scraps, maybe little pieces of ribbon, you know, just anything at all really could be chucked onto a topper. You know, you don't have to kind of restrict yourself. So again, I'm just going to kind of leave that ready to go to the sewing machine. So let's get the last one done here. Okay, so just again going to glue on my lace down the side. Oops. Like that, okay. There we go. Then I'm just going to cut this down. And all of my lace that I've used, I've had it longer than the piece, if you know what I mean. It's not been kind of cut to size, although this one actually is more cut to size at the top than any of the others that I've used. But yeah, so I mean, obviously do play around and kind of have your pieces, you know, doing random things, being at random kind of places, you know, things like that. Because again, that's going to just give you a bit more interest. So let's just take this down. Again, I'm just going to have that little piece of lace kind of at the bottom. Like that. Okay. And then just, yeah, glue this on. I mean, you know, you don't have to glue your pieces on. You might want to just sew them. I just find it quite helpful because then, you know, they're not moving around when I get to the sewing machine. Plus, to be honest, if you're not intending on gluing or stitching right around the entire edge, you know, because you might just want 1 or 2 random stitches, then obviously if your pieces are glued on, they're held down. They don't have to be stitched in order to actually hold them to the fabric. So, you know, that's another quite good reason for gluing them. So there we go. Actually, I'm going to just move that up slightly. Okay. Okie dokie, that one looks pretty, doesn't it? And then, you know, we could just kind of have a bit of lace kind of finishing it off over here. So this is just that kind of little bit of offcut that I had from, you know, from that first piece of lace. So again, just going to glue that down. Just really says that I'm using it all. And, you know, I don't have then little scraps, you know, left over. So I'm just kind of, yeah, putting it on just, again, anywhere really. You know, not thinking where I'm putting it or anything else. So like that. Okay. Yay. Right. Okay, I'm going to take them to the sewing machine now and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine and yep, let's kind of line these out. So, you know, I've tried to stitch them all slightly differently so they're, you know, not looking quite so similar. I mean, obviously these stitching, you know, I mean, it's probably negligible how much difference it really kind of, or how much different it really looks. But yeah, I mean, hopefully you can see, I mean, I've stitched around kind of the entire thing here, stitched around obviously these 2 edges on this one and across here. And then on this one, stitched right the way around this, you know, bookmark type piece. So, I mean, they've all got a slightly different kind of look to them. And I mean, of course, they're obviously going to look different completely anyway because of the colours and, you know, what have you. So I've got some trim here. I'm just going to cut this flower off. It's a sort of applique piece. So I'm just going to cut that down. Right, oops, like that. And like that, okay, because I thought that would look quite nice. Oh, it looks quite nice on that one actually. So again, I might just ink this one up. So you can play around, you know, and kind of colour your bits and bobs. You don't have to kind of go with them obviously in their original form. So yeah, going to have that like that. And I've got some other little bits and pieces that I could definitely use. So let me just have a look. Got some other fabric flowers. Thought I had some gold ones and now of course I can't actually see them. I mean I have, but yeah, I probably have to go and get them out, so might spare you that. I've got a grey. I don't know what that would look like. It's not really the right thing. I brought along a whole bunch of stuff and, you know, as usual, you bring along all these different bits, but you've never got quite the bit that you actually need, do you? So, yeah, let's just kind of ink this up. Again, it's just to kind of make that flower, you know, have a bit more about it, really. You know, it's not like essential, but it just kind of all adds to the, you know, to the piece, doesn't it? So, oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? So this is just one of our ready-made, I don't know really what we called these in the end, I can't remember, but our ribbon pieces, and it's just got a chipboard butterfly piece, as you can probably see there. So we can just pop that down like that. Again, you know, I've just pulled that in because colour-wise, how gorgeous does that look? You know, the colour just is perfect, isn't it? So then I'm going to glue the flower down. Now, I'm going to glue it down kind of the flower head first, and then I'll go back in and glue the stem and the leaf separately. Now, I'm just using my hot glue because, you know, it's just nice and quick and easy, really. So, you know, and then I just know that everything's going to be nicely glued down. I don't have to worry about things dropping off. So, but, you know, by all means use use what you find works best for you. So like that, okay. Now I also have a couple of my little charms. Now, what's the betting? I haven't got anything. Oh, that's a good colour. I was going to say I haven't got anything the right colour, but ooh, check out those. They are a really good colour, aren't they, on there? Yeah, really, really like those. Also got some of my little yo-yos. Now, these might not be, yeah, they might not be really the right thing. Yeah, maybe not for those. Got our little kind of pin type pieces that we made. Just see whether, oh, that's a bit like swamping that whole thing. Oh, that's quite nice on there. Right, I'm just going to kind of pile these out the way so they're not like all over the desk. Now I've also got one of these book plates that this is from Amazon, but I just wondered whether that might be okay in there. Let me see whether I've got some of my book plates. Now I haven't ever actually tried my book plates with the Amazon bought ones, if you see what I mean, so I don't know whether they're likely to fit. But let's give it a try. Oh, if I can find them now, because of course I have now been using those for something else. So here we go. Right. So, oh, that's not bad actually. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this down. Like that. Okay, and then it just needs taking down a little bit along the bottom. Like that, okay. Right. So just attach that like that. Okay, I just need to cut it down slightly more at the sides. Okay, so that looks quite good in there, doesn't it? So we could have a book plate on there as well, which just, yeah, that just really finishes that off nicely, doesn't it? So let's just put these all away. Okie doke. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue this piece down first. And then I'm going to put the metal book plate over the top. So now that book plate's got, you know, little holes here for you to be able to put brads or something. Yeah, I don't know whether I will bother with the brads. I guess I could. Let me just grab a bulb pin here. So just getting a bulb pin to put my little charms on. So again, just going to go through, oops, through there. Okay. So one, and then the other one. Okay, and then just do that one up. Okay. So how cute does that look? And then obviously once you glue that down, you can kind of glue your bulb pin flatter. So, you know, then they would be kind of hanging flat, if you know what I mean. So they won't be, you know, so dangling. I mean, you could adjust your bulb pin. You can have it kind of either way up, really. But yeah, you can kind of play around with that once you come to glue them on, really. So, but just by putting them there, then it just is a reminder that you're like, ooh, I want to have those there like that. And then my book plate, the metal one, I'm just going to literally glue that on again with just my hot glue like that. Okay. Like that. Oh, looking super cute, isn't it? And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know whether I necessarily really want to have the brads or, you know, I mean, I could always have little pearls or something like that either end. Let me just try a couple of brads. Hold on. Oh dear, I need to buy some more brads. Oh, I have got some more somewhere, so hold on, let me just see if I've got any here in my little tray. That would be obviously ideal. Save me having to look around for them anywhere else. No, because of course that would be way too easy, wouldn't it, to have had them actually in there. Right, okay, plan number 2. I normally have them behind my desk, but I am running out of them, so I'm not sure. I might have actually run out. Oh no, luckily I have got a couple. Just a couple left, so... Okay. So just pop that one through there. Like that. Okay, and then this one, just going to use my pokey tool just to make a hole through the card and the fabric. So, okay. Oops. Like that. Okay, right. There we go. So that is a topper number 1. So it looks really pretty, doesn't it? So I'm just going to put that to one side and we'll just do the next one. So this one obviously, you know, has quite a different look to it. I've got this little safety pin. Well, I say little, it's actually quite huge, isn't it? So I might have to cut some of the fabric down from this because perhaps it's a little bit too big, although it looks quite nice up there. And, you know, I mean, once this is glued on to a piece, it's obviously going to look quite different. So, I mean, at the moment, it's kind of looking quite big, but once it's actually glued onto, you know, a journal cover, it's obviously going to take on a sort of different appearance, isn't it? You know, I mean, at the moment, it's not kind of got anything with it. So, of course, it's going to look quite big. You know, because it's big compared to this topper. But once it's actually on a journal cover, obviously, it's going to be a bit more then in proportion to, you know, to everything else. So, yeah, that's that one. And then I've got some of my little flower pieces here, so I'm just going to see if we might like one of these somewhere. Oh, they're not really the right colour, are they? No, none are going to be the right colour. And that's probably the closest that I'm going to get, but yeah, I mean, maybe that's a bit too, I don't know. Or maybe it would look okay, except I have got a bit of a line thing going on, which not quite so sure about that. So let's just check whether I prefer something different. I mean, we could kind of do something like that. Maybe that would be better. Yeah, okay. So this one just came together in no time, didn't it? Obviously helped because that safety pin piece is so big. It kind of took care of most of the topper itself anyway. But it looks very pretty, doesn't it? And then down in the corner, we might want to have maybe a button or two. So I'm just going to just pull in my buttons. See if I've got anything that would just look pretty. It's a bit yellowy. Don't know why all my buttons are looking kind of just black and things. There don't appear to be many colourful ones here, but oh, that's not too bad. Oh, I've got a big gem there. That's probably a bit weird, but you know, possible, I suppose. Or maybe like that. Got this one. I'm not sure whether this is pink or peach, to be honest, but I mean, they look quite pretty, don't they? Yeah. Okay, so I might just put those two down. So let's take this one. Just pop that down there. And then this one here. Okay. Like that. And so that's topper number 2. How gorgeous does that look? So I'll just pop that to one side. Okay, and then the last one for today, we've got this one with the blue. So again, I'd kind of tentatively put this big safety pin there. I don't think I'll probably go for that because, you know, I don't want to do them kind of all looking the same. I do have one of my Jabos here, which I think looks quite pretty on this one. So we could have that. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Alternatively, I had wondered about one of these. Oh, I think either either piece looks quite good, to be honest, on this. So yeah, oh, I'm not sure now which one to go for. I think either are very nice. Well, perhaps I'll go for the Jabbo, because that was my initial thought, was to go for that. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. And do we want to have a book plate or anything on here? Let's just have a look. Okay, that's quite nice, isn't it? So we could just have that kind of on there. It's quite pretty. So let's just have a think whether we like that or not, or do we prefer it kind of more this way round? Oops. I think actually I prefer it perhaps this way round. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think I probably prefer it that way round. So again, just going to glue this down, just again with my hot glue. So that one. Okay. And then the book plate here. So we could leave the book plate like that, or of course we could kind of, you know, put some fabric or something underneath it. I've got that Hessian strip. Let me just see. You know, we could kind of glue it like that, just so it's got a bit more about it rather than just plonked there, if you see what I mean. So let's just take that. Okay. So just going to glue this down. Okay, and then this one. Oh, it's such a drab day today, I must say. I mean, it's not raining, although it's probably drizzling, to be honest. But yeah, it's not actually raining, but it's just one of them really drab days. So yeah, I apologise if it's a little bit dark. It's just yeah, it's just one of them dark drab days, I'm afraid. Right, so that's that one. And again, you know, we could just kind of add some extra by putting maybe a button or something. Let me just see if I've got anything, you know, colour wise that's going to look good. Hold on. Okay, these are just the buttons that I kind of keep here ready. You know, and of course, what's the likelihood of them being the right colour? It's unlikely, isn't it? Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, just a piece of fabric. Don't want that. Oh, I wonder if I should have had that red on here somewhere. Oh, probably not. Although, it's quite pretty actually. Might have to add that one now. Just have a quick look. Oh. Right, let's put these back. Right, I'm just going to put this one on because I think that looks really nice. Okay. So just pop that one there. Looks pretty. And then this one. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? It just ties these colours in together, doesn't it? So yeah, it looks really, really lovely. Okay, right. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, okay, so let's have a look and see how they would look then on a journal cover. And again, what I'm going to do is just pull in, you know, a ready-made, oh, just got that charm actually, so we could just have that as well, dangling from something perhaps. Yeah, okay, let me just grab a bulb pin. Okay. Oops. Oh dear, come on. More fingers and thumbs again today. The amount of times that I have to say that, so I do apologise. Right, let's just... Oh, come on. And yeah, let's just loop this through. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Might have to put my glasses on. I can't see a thing. Ah, sorry, I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I just can't see what I'm doing here. Okay, right. So, yeah, we've got that little charm. I don't know why it's not, that hole's not big enough to go through the, you know, over that piece. Oh, okay, well, it has done now, but oh, in the process, I've now bent up the bulb pin completely. So, oh, come on. Right, let's do this up. Oh my goodness, how rubbish is this? Don't know what is going on, why I can't actually get this on. Right, I think the simplest thing to do is have it coming the other way up. So yeah, let's just, come on. Ah. Oh well, right. So when I come to use that, I will try and alter this pin or, you know, possibly use another bulb pin. But let's pull in a journal cover. Now, I'm a bit rubbish because I'm just using those same old journal covers that I seem to pull in every single time that I'm demonstrating something. There are obviously a couple that I have mass made and, you know, made in our mass make when we did the covers. And obviously I still haven't bound them into a journal or used them or anything. Luckily, they seem to pretty much go with most things. But I just want to give you a little bit of a, you know, look to see how these would look on a cover. So if you had your journal cover, and again, you know, obviously I haven't used this or anything, so I'm not sure which way up I would actually go for this, but that's how that would look. And you would just literally glue that down all around the back and then just place it on. I mean, how quick and easy would that make, you know, making that journal? So let me just lift the camera slightly. Doesn't it look gorgeous? So that's it on the blue patchwork. This is it on a more neutral cover. I mean, it just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And, you know, that's done then. You don't have to do anything else. I mean, of course, you know, you could. I mean, you could add some extra trim or something, you know, maybe some extra lace. But you definitely wouldn't have to because it looks really, really pretty just exactly as it is, doesn't it? So that's that one. We then have this one, which, of course, this is not going to go on this blue one. But, you know, just to give you an idea, that's how that would look. You know, imagine if it was a pink patchwork, for instance. That's how it would look on the more neutral one. So again, of course, it looks instantly better on the more neutral rather than the pink on the blues. So yeah, super, super pretty. Really looks lovely, doesn't it? And then the final one is this one, which again, that's it on that neutral one. How beautiful does that look? I just absolutely love it. This one actually, I think is probably my favourite one on this cover, if you see what I mean. I'm not saying it's my favourite one full stop, but on this cover it just looks really lovely. And then this is it on the blue one. So how gorgeous does that look? It's just really pretty, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, I really hope that you like them. I think we've made quite a good start. I mean, we've done 3 there and it really didn't take too long to actually make them at all. So yeah, I mean, that's really great because we've got 3 ready to use on a journal now, which is awesome. So I hope that you'll join me tomorrow for another, you know, topper. And yeah, I hope that you have fun and you're going to join in with the series. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.